Welcome back to a new program of New Realities with my favorite co host, Suzanne Ross. And today we're talking about the guests, the people, the performers, the people who are making the Sedona Ascension Retreat a thing to attend March 14th to the 16th, 2025 in Sedona, Arizona. Suzanne, what's your vision? And then we'll introduce our amazing guest.
You know what my vision is, Alan, is that we have a variety of presentations, performances, and then, of course, we have the indoor workshops and outdoor journeys. I like to break up these mind-blowing presentations with some really profound sound journey experiences that allow the audience, between the cerebral to really move into a deeply spiritual sound journey that's, bringing in that ascension frequency, right? And so then it becomes experiential as well. And why I'm so delighted to have award-winning recording artist and sound alchemist Kristin Hoffmann with us today. Welcome, Kristin.
Oh, it's such a joy to be with you both. Thank you,
Yes.
Suzanne. Thank you, Alan. I'm so looking forward to this incredible retreat.
I know.
I I just can already feel that this is a don't miss. We are all going to really step in and ascend together, and it's just always such an honor to share conscious music that helps to amplify these kinds of spaces.
Thank you for saying that, Christine. And I recommended you because you are so much in that alignment with the ascension frequencies and the sound of your voice, the intention of your words, how you put it all together. It's an evolution, Suzanne. It is.
Oh, right. I love that because as we evolve, we ascend into higher and higher frequencies. So anything that can activate and amplify those frequencies for our ascension, and then just plus right here and now, allowing that immersion into that beautiful symphonic resonance just improves the quality of our life today and just, makes for such a beautiful experience.
Yes.
Wow. I couldn't agree more. I think that music really is already and will be serving in our collective awakening as such an important vehicle for us to sync and harmonize together and then really tune to higher collective frequencies. So yes,
Ye- Yeah,
Suzanne.
no, you know what's interesting about you, Kristen, is that you have the consciousness and your music kind of emerges out of that, it seems like, right? I mean,
I would say for sure. I always feel that the music is informed by connection to spirit or higher self, however you want to think about
mm,
that connection to source.
right.
I feel that if I'm just doing music from my mind or oh what's going to be popular, it's always going to fall short. But if I'm tuning into my own awakening and I'm listening, that's when the real magical up leveling kind of sound comes in. Those frequencies that Suzanne was just speaking about that
Mm.
connect, that heal, that call us into the greater mystery.
Wow, that's a great way to say. Would you say, because we are evolving, it seems like, even though maybe the external world may not reflect that, but we're evolving in some ways. Is your music evolving? Is what you're downloading changing? I mean, how's that working for you?
I would say that especially the past 4 years have been, I was just explaining this to someone the other day, have been a time of exponential growth for me personally. You would think that it would go the opposite direction, but when everything kind of shut down during COVID times and we went online, I had to then refigure how do I create and call in high level sound that communicates emotion and frequency through these digital mediums. And I got really excited about that and I really went to work. And so now about 300 to 400 events online later, I've had a chance to really practice some new skills, gather with people in a new way, share sound in an incredible new container and reach people around the world. And in doing so, I've noticed that my sound has really evolved and changed, and I've grown as a being, as a person. And now that I've gone back in the last year to playing also with live groups, there is something that has gone to a whole other level. So, as artists, as musicians, as creators, I think hopefully we're constantly evolving in our own practice and growing as we grow as individuals, as we grow in our curiosity and figure things out. It takes our focus to new levels. So I'm feeling that, and I'm very grateful, because whenever I'm feeling growth, that's like the exciting part, being on your growing edge. That's when you're feeling called, oh, wow, something new is happening. And that's the exciting part of the journey.
Wow. Suzanne, isn't that a real artist for you?
It is, and as she was speaking, I was just thinking about, how people say like mathematics is the language of the universe, but I feel like, music is the sound of the universe, right? And, they talk about that, like the universal symphony or the universal frequencies and the tonality, and, everything is in that way, like moving through different spectrums of sound and of frequency and tonality. And, as we move into the higher and higher spectrums, as we, ascend into higher dimensional planes, like the music helps us get there, right?
Yes, so beautiful. And literally, there is math involved in music. Actually,
Right.
I've been studying harmonic overtone singing over the past bunch of years, and I found it so fascinating how much math is involved in the sacred frequencies that now I think we're starting to hear about and tune into. There is this whole world of the math of sound, and why we enter theta states with certain sounds, why we feel emotionally opened, or our hearts are opened with other sounds and melodies and combinations of sounds. And I think, this is just a fantastic space to be in our inquiry as humans on an evolutionary path at this time.
You know what it made me think of is, and I can't remember what it's called, cymatics.
Mm-hmm.
It made me think of, also when you said sacred geometry. So then the tonality is, creating these different sacred geometric patterns as well. And, those sacred geometry patterns are the patterns of the universe and the patterns within ourselves. And so in that way, it's also activating that sacred geometry within the blueprint of ourselves, within the blueprint of the universe.
Yes. Big enthusiastic yes. Cymatics is, wow. I always even feel these days that those cymatics images that are created by different frequencies, that even if we reverse engineer it and see those images, we're literally receiving a different kind of visual dose of a frequency.
Yeah.
A visual dose, and you're giving us the audio dose of a new frequency. So
Yeah.
it's sound and light. Yantra and mantra is tantra, the whole body experience. This was
Okay,
like,
so now I'm having this epiphany. So at the Sedona Performing Arts Center, our AV expert, he can bring in different colors, lighting up the stage, in different colors, rainbow colors, what have you. But what if, like on the background screen, we gave them a visual experience to accompany the sound experience, maybe streaming sacred geometry or cosmic graphics, or, what do you think about that? And do you ever do that?
I mean, I absolutely love that idea. And I love using the mixed medium, using projections and sacred geometry. And actually, I've been planning to really involve cymatics in some of my soul singing of the future. So I think this would be fantastic, Suzanne. We'll discuss that. I think we should definitely get that going.
Let's
we have
do
the
that.
video that Troy did, your partner, that we can also use as a background.
Ah.
That I
Yes.
I'll show that in a little while, how it's intermingled with your music. And I think that's on this is a huge stage. This is like a Broadway
Oh,
stage. And
well,
it,
that is something that would be so beautiful. I have for my Rainshine album, each piece has its own slow moving morphing video, and that's what Alan's referring to,
yeah.
which my partner and a music video editor friend, David Bryan, created together. They call it transcendent dimensionalism. So there are these images and they move so slowly, and in the in-between world you start to see these almost sacred geometrical patterns emerge, the patterns of nature. And when I do the whole album as a whole, this video accompanies live the whole album. But I actually have the individual song pieces, so we could for sure share a couple of those.
It's great that Troy's going to be there because he could coordinate the videos to the music.
Yes.
Right.
It'll be a huge plus. And my partner Troy is so excited about this particular conference.
Oh, good. Well, should I show a little bit of that from your singing from that Rain Shine? I could
Sure.
slip that in maybe.
Why not?
See if it, let me see, optimize sound and video. Let's see if this works. Is that on the screen there? But it's not full. Okay, that's the screen. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay. Let me
Yeah.
see if that's some of the, okay, let me see how this works. Let me see. Okay. This is her latest album, I think, Rain and Shine. You gonna read this, Kristin?
I think maybe you didn't press optimize for video.
It's not optimized? Okay.
We're seeing the gray boxes all over.
Oh, you are? Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Wait, I think I can optimize it by, let me stop it for a second and go to share, and I think it says optimize there. Okay, let me try this. Okay.
But we could hear it well.
Okay. Is that it? Did it go back there? Why is it not? Oh, it's not going back to the video. Okay, let me stop sharing screen for a second and find that. But do you want to give a little background about this latest album, Rain Shine, and then we'll show that?
Sure. I call it Rainshine Sonic Alchemy for Soul Awakening. And yeah, it was a collection of pieces which I recorded over a 7-year period. And I only worked on it when I was really feeling in tune, and I had these spaces created so that I could be in my purest frequency. And it was an album that came through about listening to the land, listening to spirit, listening to our collective awakening at this time. And the 7 pieces are designed to be a journey that you can take for about 43 minutes to really help you tune in and listen to yourself, listen to how you are, listen to the patterns of your life and, oh, what is coming forth in my next growth now? And I feel that it was a really successful album as a tool for awakening. So these videos, as I was saying before, were created also to really assist in that journey.
Okay, let's see if that's a little better.
I'm still seeing lots of big gray boxes.
You do? I'm not sure how to remove that, but let's see if it works for, let me just. All the music.
Hold out your hand tonight, bridge the darkness, light the light, all your fears are fearless now, falling into gravity.
a little taste of Kristin Hoffmann.
Oh, beautiful. Your voice is angelic.
Her
Thank
voice,
you.
but your passion, you're singing with your whole body, Kristen. It's like,
Yes.
That's true. I feel like it is a full body affair, and that's the first piece on the album Rainshine, and then the last piece also has lyrics, but then you go on this journey in between, which is a bit more using the voice as an instrument, and it really takes you into some deep ethereal realms. So hopefully, if you're listening, you'll go check it out.
and you know what's great about that album? Because I was listening, I was driving and put in my CD player for cars who still have CDs players, and and it was a journey. It's like a concept album. It's like the songs are connected, and it's breathe it in, breathe it out, and then your last song is step by step in the journey. I think is that the last song.
Yeah, good
So
memory, Alan.
yes, so because I've listened to it a lot, but you have this whole journey that you take the listeners on, and hopefully you'll bring some of those CDs to the conference, and
I will certainly bring them along. And I'm just really looking forward to the whole experience. I can tell, Suzanne, that you've created such an incredible, immersive, beautiful space for everyone to, and that it's already been going on for 10 years. That's amazing. What an accomplishment. And to just have everyone coming together to celebrate and in this way together for the 10-year anniversary. It's going to be beautiful.
Thank you for that. And it's interesting as Alan was exploring how you've evolved and your music has evolved as a musician and songwriter, singer. I was thinking about myself as an event producer and how I've evolved and my events have evolved. And Alan's been there with me for years and he's seen the evolution too. But some of the things that have marked the evolutionary advancement really is that integration of different types of experiences. Like I had events all indoors and events all outdoors. And then I figured out outdoors doesn't have very good AV, right? And so, we kind of need to be indoors for that. But I still wanted people to get outdoors. I mean, I had an all indoor event and I'm looking out the windows going, oh my gosh, like we're in Sedona and nobody's getting out into the Red Rocks. So, then I incorporated the outdoor journeys. And then I wanted more interactivity, with like the presenters. And so then that's when I had the idea for the indoor workshops. Of course, I wanted to have performances and sound journeys along with the presentation. So, just playing around with different things to come up with like what's most ideal for the guest, right? It's all about the guest experience. And so that's where I'm always focused.
Wow. It definitely does seem like you've created an incredible balance of indoor, outdoor workshops, music, talks. You really have a bit of the full spectrum, and I think people will really appreciate that. I know when I go to a retreat or a conference, I really appreciate being able to have a variety of experiences because we all know it gets to be a lot when you're just sitting inside the whole time.
Right. And the vendors, right, Alan? I mean,
Yes.
the vendor experience is a whole another element of
Wow.
connecting with the vendors. And of course, all the presenters and performers have tables. So now you can, connect with the presenters and performers, but, just engaging and even out in the exhibitor hall, like the guests engage with one another as well. And we try to have a little bit of, music or something piped into that experience too. So, it's just all about the experience and we have it catered by conscious meals. So now you have really like healthy food that, people are consuming and yes.
So
yeah,
incredible.
it's really fun. Yes, I think
Yeah.
it's fun.
And
It's fun. Yes. What are you saying? Yes,
well, I
Kristen?
was going to say, and for those who have never been there before, the Sedona Performing Arts Center is such a beautiful space. It
Yeah.
really, and the team there, everyone's so kind. It really has a wonderful energy and it's a beautiful venue and the stage is gorgeous. So those who are coming are really in for a big treat.
Yes, your music. There's going to be Hopi. Did Suzanne tell you about the Hopi dancers?
No, but I want to
They're
know all about it.
incredible.
Oh, they're fantastic. Tell her, Kristin and the audience watching about the Hopi dancers.
Thank you. So I discovered these world champion hoop dancers. And so this Munti Sinqua is a four-time world champion of hoop dancing. So he's got like 25 hula hoops that he ends up picking up with his arms and his legs, and ultimately he has the flower of life, right? With all of these hoops all around him. And on the way to that, he like has a bear or like a peacock, or he does these different like configurations, but it is remarkable to watch. But then he has his two sons, and his sons are amazing. So the one son does like this war dance, which gets everybody, because it starts out kind of slow, and they tell you like the faster he goes, clap more, and the excitement and the energy like it's more and more amplified, and he's just doing this amazing war dance. Of course, they're in full costume. The one son is more like the MC, and then the father, the hoop dancer, like puts aside the hoops and he plays the flute, and I mean it's amazing. I thought it was incredible, so I invited them back.
Right.
Wow.
And we're on the sacred land in Sedona with the sacred
Thank you for
ceremony.
that. Yeah.
Your music is sacred because you talk about these higher consciousness. So I think it all puts people into this other state of consciousness, evolved ascension. It is the ascension retreat. So
Hmm.
it's in an evolved state that people are in this audience, and you get Bashar coming in with these high level messages and these other fantastic speakers. So I think it's like a full body experience.
Wow.
Right, the alchemical blend, we decided, right, Alan, of just the
Yes.
right mix of presenters, performers, speakers. Yeah.
I love that. I feel that right now is such an important time for each individual to remember our unique gifts that we're here to activate and offer. And so what I'm getting to is that as people step into this space and they're tuning in and feeling the higher frequencies, the togetherness, the inspiration, the wisdom, the awakening, that they're also being re-sparked into important mission in this life, and that you're going to have a whole audience of people that go back into their respective lives and ripple out these frequencies to the world.
Yes.
Beautiful. And you know what? I just occurred to me too, is how integral the alchemical blend of guests are as well. Because, I always have faith that like, the number of people and the specific people who sign up for the event and, are present at the event are themselves an alchemical blend that, together they bring in like a certain frequency. They show up and, many of them are already vibrating at a high frequency. They're usually heart-centered, soul-inspired beings. And so, they really add to the experience too.
Wow. Yeah, it's so true that it'll be interesting to see who is called to be there, and there's no coincidences. If you're listening right now and you feel that inner sensation like, oh, I'm feeling really called to this is important for me, follow that intuition, because when we get those little nudges at this time, I think it's important. And one thing I know is this group that's going to gather is going to be powerful and beautiful, and that the right people will definitely be called. There's no question.
And Sedona is a sort of a ground zero for all things higher consciousness and the ETs. And I think 2025 is going to be a real transformative year. It's sort of, we're walking into something unknown,
Yes.
something that has yet to be manifest. And Bashar actually made a prediction in Sedona last year, or this year maybe, that open contact will be happening within by 2026, by, in the next few years, we're going to have, and his ship, so he says, is over Bell Rock in Sedona. So let's see if he does. Yes. Let's see if we have some ET updates at this conference as well, Suzanne. So,
I love that. I want to see the Sunny ship over Bell Rock.
and Ann Tucker, who's fantastic, she is this angel channel. She's predicting this whole light transformation coming to the planet in 2026. So this is a preparation for, I think 2025 is a 9. Yeah, it's 9. So that's the end of this cycle. And we're coming into this new cycle, the cycle of the sixth sun, the Naguals. Sergio Magana, the Mexican sort of medicine man, shaman, says this time of the Nagual, where things are more energy than matter. So we can feel there's a change happening everywhere, and it's sort of unpredictable in a sense, right? Do you feel that, Kristin?
I absolutely feel that. And yes, I think we're living in mysterious times where you can feel that transformation, that change happening. And I think that I know myself, humans love, in a way, to be in that space of the mystery. Humans love to discover the parts of existence that you can kind of feel have been here all along, getting the answers. And I think when we step into spaces like this together, a lot of those signs, that's when the signs and the pieces of the puzzle of mystery start coming together.
That's beautiful. That is you are a real mystic besides an incredible singer.
Thank you,
And the
Alan.
collective, right? This collective vibration that, we create when we all come together like that, activating one another, it spreads. And we do global impact meditations, right? With the intention of sending our collective frequency into the ley lines of the earth to activate the matrix for global ascension, right? And so, there's an intention too that our event will actually, affect the planet globally.
Well, hopefully, yes. I mean, it's everything we do put out that frequency, and because Sedona is such a vibratory vortex, it will, I think, emanate out even more. So
Absolutely.
we'll see.
Well, it's going to be a great adventure, and I'm ready to just fully step into the mystery. And whenever I step into these spaces, you also get a chance to meet new people who often become significant in your life in the years ahead. And that's what I find is there's always going to be that one or two people that you deeply connect with who really expand your life experience. And so,
And Suzanne, Kristin adds to the whole conference. She just performed for this thing I did with Bruce Lipton in New York City. And, it's basically Bruce talking for 6 hours, but Kristin was there to kind of give it a context, give it a feeling, give it a vibration. It wasn't just talk. We needed that music, Kristin. We needed
thank
that
you.
to smooth it out and kind of harmonize it. So that's what she'll be doing for us in Sedona. So
Yeah, music really helps to assimilate information. So as we're listening to these incredible speakers, as we're taking in all of this wonderful, stimulating new information, then when we have a chance, when music comes in, it's kind of like taking a digestive enzyme. It literally
helps you to
helps
absorb
you,
it, yeah.
yeah, it helps you to absorb it, assimilate it into your own consciousness so that it makes more sense. And also so you can see your role in the picture of it all.
Right. Well, the talking is very left brain and we're thinking, but the music switched us out of that. So we have this other sense of feeling. So we become whole brain beings when we leave that conference.
Yes, and whole heart beings, because,
Yes.
music tunes us into the emotion. And we all know around ascension and matters of spirit, if we don't call in and constantly remind ourselves to stay in the heart and opening the heart and tuning into the emotional fields, if it's all just information and mentalized, we're not going to actually make that full transition that we are signing up to take together.
Yes. Yes, yes, you're right. That's absolutely right. Yes, we're signing up to take it together because this is a time, I think there's Suzanne calling it this ascension retreat because people have used that word a lot, but it's starting to drop into the population. What does that mean? How are we actually changing the frequency? And everyone can feel the frequencies changing. So
Yes.
it's more and more timely, this idea of ascending to this other level of awakening. That's what I feel. So I'm happy
Absolutely.
you're coming.
One
Thank
time
you, Kristin.
Say
Oh,
that
I
again.
was just going to say, one time
Oh.
you said, Alan, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening. It's not like, necessarily something that's not happening and we're just hoping it happens someday. It's happening and we're feeling the uprushing of energies. And, it's a gradual building of ascension energies that, one day will culminate, right, in a higher dimensional experience for us all. Yes,
Right.
thank you so much, Kristin. Thank you, Alan. Love you guys both. Can't wait to
Thank
see
you.
you in March.
How do people find you, Kristin? I know you have some
Oh,
upcoming
well, thank
events.
you. Yeah, you can go to KristinHoffmann.com, KristinHoffmann.com, double N at the end. And I have a bunch of different music, videos, sound healing, you name it on my site, and please come join me. I also do host for those who feel called to join my membership, which I call my Sonic Soul Family. I host an online gathering each month on the third Sunday of the month, and we always have a theme, and we go into deep dialogue and music around that theme, and it's a really beautiful time together each month.
Oh, great. And definitely see Kristin along with these amazing people in Sedona, March 14th to the 16th, 2025. Get tickets at Sedona Ascension Retreats.com. Look at this fantastic all-star list: Bashar, Billy Carson, Robert Grant, Adam Apollo, William Henry, Sarah Brexman Cosme. I'll be there. Mark Anthony, Aaron Apke, Vivian Chavez. Do you know Vivian Chavez,
The
Kristin?
Arcturian channel.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
So
Beautiful.
this is a fantastic all-star cast. Tomorrow, Suzanne, I think it's tomorrow, we're interviewing Elizabeth Hartstar.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
So we'll be more
Amazing. I think
definitely.
it's important to mention also that there's an early bird
Oh, yes.
Thank
discount
you.
happening right now, right? Until December 1st. So if you're listening to this, you still have what, about 10 days to
Yes.
get in now for this early bird discount, which is very generous and really helpful, I know, for a lot of people.
It is helpful and it's worth it. Sign up early so we know how many people are coming. And because I think this could be a sellout, Suzanne. I think it really can be. So,
Thank you. We've already sold out some of the outdoor journeys and workshops, so
Wow.
reserve your seats now because they will fill up. And thank you for mentioning the early bird discount. It's truly my pleasure to offer people a significant discount if they sign up, before December 1st. So SedonaAscensionRetreats.com. I really hope to see you all in Sedona. I love each and every one of you, and thank you so much, Alan and Kristen. Yay!
thank you,
So great to be with
Suzanne,
you.
for putting on such a conscious, beautiful gathering of people. Thank you, Kristen. Always good to see you and hear your voice. Even if you're not singing, just to hear you speaking is fine.
Thank you, Alan. Well, I look forward to offering music and speaking and hugs, all the things.
Yes, hugs.
And thank you both for just the incredible work you're doing, Alan and Suzanne. I'm really looking forward to being with you both in person in
Oh,
Sedona.
thank you. Thank you, everyone, for watching here. Subscribe, take out a super chat, come to the conference. It's going to be fantastic, and see everybody really, really soon.